In this presentation, I'm going to show you what POAS is, profit on ad spend, and how it's different from ROAS, and how you can outbid your competitors with the help of POAS. First, I will show you how powerful POAS actually is, profit bidding. This is a case study from one of our customers, and this is 2 months compared from regular ROAS, revenue-based optimization, and then profit bidding with profit metrics and POAS. And the increase in gross profit was 23%, and this is from Smart Shopping. Turnover 31%, and this happened on 60% less ad spend. So it is really powerful. I'll get more into this case study and what exactly happened later on, but first I will explain the problem with ROAS and why you should use ROAS or POAS. First of all, the big problem is actually the revenue. Not that it's wrong or anything, but you cannot see what you actually make in profit in your platforms. It has just become the standard with revenue because it's easily available. But if you want to look at how much profit you actually make inside the platform, it's not possible. You have to work backwards with some kind of average margin. And again, it's that ROAS that is the problem. Return on ad spend is the right KPI. The problem is just in e-commerce, we don't use the return on ad spend. We actually use revenue on ad spend. And you normally, this is just an example of an electronics store. It's pretty similar to most companies. Maybe the numbers change a little bit, but often people have some products they make a little bit more on, so they need a lower break-even ROAS on revenue. Here's 2.7. You have something more competitive, 3.7 here. And then you maybe have something really competitive that almost needs 4.5. And then you have something where you maybe give discounts or free shipping or something like that. You need 5.5. What most companies do is they go in and calculate an average break-even ROAS of their revenue. And if they were just using the average, like in this example, 3.75, they would win on some, but in theory up here, if you hit an ad with 7 and this order combination, they would lose because it needs 5.5. So what most people do is they actually go in and compensate for where they actually make the least money. So in this case, you need almost 5.5. So the target would maybe be set at 6 because then you never lose any money. The problem is just doing that, you actually lose a lot of profitable volume because down here you only need 2.7. If you hit an ad of 3.5 with this order combination, you have made good money. But you're actually turning that down because you're compensating up here. So here is a lot of volume that is actually profitable. I recently made a big calculation of a customer, a really fast scaling customer. Actually, they were using this target of 6 and they had orders they needed to compensate for almost the 6, but 70% of the orders broke even on the 3. So all ads were actually from 3 to 6. They were turned down by their agency, but 70% of it was profitable. But they do it because they cannot see those 30% that aren't. Again, you can also use on a ROAS based on revenue, the margins. A lot of people do that. It's a much better way than just having an average. But again, it can be flawed because people come in on a low margin product like this, for example, the AirPods or something similar to AirPods. It has a low margin, so you put a high ROAS target in that group. But a lot of other people actually don't only buy this, they also buy some accessories with it. Suddenly on that revenue, you actually maybe have a margin of, let's say, 25%, or actually people don't even buy that product, they buy another complementary product. So this product had maybe a lower turnover revenue, but a higher margin, 50%. In this case, again, you lose a lot of profitable volume if you're only measuring on the 10%. This can be dangerous actually if you are marketing something with 50%, seeing a lot of revenue, you hit those ROAS target, it's really good, but actually in there is low margin products, then you're actually scaling something unprofitable. And this is why we have come up with this POAS, profit on ad spend, because ROAS is actually revenue divided by ad spend using average margin, so it's very untransparent of where you actually break even, where POAS is profit divided by ad spend, where we have consider discount codes, gift cards, product costs, shipping, packaging, payment fees. And the good thing about, or the amazing thing actually with POAS is that it always break even on 1 because we take the profit and divide it by ad spend. So if you make €1,000 on an ad in profit, you can use up to €1,000 in ad spend to break even. So you can actually say one is break even, and then you can go in and actually optimize on how much profit you actually want to have. So if you want 40%, it's a POAS of approximately 1.4. The way we do it is we go in and calculate the turnover or the order. Every single order, we get the turnover in, we deduct all the gift cards, discount codes, free shipping. We take the exact product cost. We take the exact shipping fee and payment fee, and you need to have it all the way down to shipping method and payment method, because PayPal can be much more expensive than a normal credit card, or shipping you can have pickup points versus private delivery. You can have heavy packages and everything. You have to have everything in it. When you do the profit bidding, try to get as close to the truth as possible. Also other costs like labels, packaging, to put something into the box, to have pick and pack. But then what we do is we calculate the gross profit. As gross profit, we send into different platforms. We have it inside Profit Metrics, of course. We send it into Facebook. We send it into Google Analytics, Google Ads, Google Optimize, all the different platforms, server side. It's really important it's sent server side, so nobody of your competitors or your customers can see the profit. So you need to have it sent in server side. This is what we do with one-click installations. This way you can have the gross profit, net profit, and then the POAS inside, for example, Google, optimize it with there. So here, one is break even. You can see I make approximately with 1.4, you make approximately 40%. You can have it in Google Analytics. You can have it inside Facebook. And again, coming back to this case study, what we think happened, this was smart shopping. So what we think happened is you can actually see there is less clicks. Is that actually when you ask Google to go out and find you revenue and optimize for that value, you get what you ask for. So if you ask for a high ROAS, Google will try and predict and say, here there is some products with a lot of volume, you have the right price, the conversion rate. Here we can predict that you get this ROAS target in revenue that you actually asked for. And if the customer gets that, everyone is happy. And this is what Google does. But you can actually have a high, for example, if you have these, again, back to this grouping thing. When you have the AirPods, for example, I don't know if you make 10% on AirPods. It could also be another product. But let's say you made 10%. You could have a high ROAS because you get a lot of revenue in for your ad spend, and there is probably a good conversion rate if you have the right price. But actually the POAS profit on ad spend is really low because you have such a little margin, so you can actually not use very much ad spend on it. Where suddenly the combination here, you would hit like a mid ROAS, but you have a higher margin, so you actually get a good POAS. So using profit inside Google's algorithm will actually force Google to go in and look for these combination or the other headsets where you made 50% margin. It's maybe a lower ROAS target, actually lower than your average, but you actually have a high POAS on it because you make higher margin, and maybe the clicks are cheaper on this one, this product combination or order combination. And this way you can actually force Google to go out and find the most profitable customers, order combinations, instead of just those who are giving you revenue. And this was what happened in this case study, where they actually increased their gross profit, also the revenue so much, and the ad spend was lowered so a lot, like 60%. And this is why we are also seeing e-commerce leaders moving to profit bidding and profit optimization. The only problem is just it takes a lot of developers, tracking specialists, and it's very expensive to maintain all these API. And this is why Profit Matrix made the first plug and play solution. So everyone can use this technology, and it can be set up very, very fast. On, for example, a Shopify, it can be set down. The record is right now 12 minutes. We have installed modules to all the different most used platforms, and we can also integrate to custom platforms. So if you want to try it out or hear more, go to the homepage of ProfitMetrics.io and create a trial or book a demo with somebody on the team, and we will talk about your business and figure out how to use this profit bidding and the POAS in your bidding strategy.